Hi, anyone and everyone. This is Kim, the Humble Hermit from Come As You Are Oracle. I am going to do a tarot collective for today. Today is Thursday. It is June 25th, 2026. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Wait, what does it say? Now the iPhone will tell you how much your phone is charged and how long it will take to get to a certain percent. Okay, let me say that again. You may follow me on the Talk the Tube, my blog, or not. Totally up to you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it doesn't fit, don't make it fit. If some of it fits, God's kiss. We love that for you. We and love that for you. Whatever doesn't fit, just leave it on the table. Leave it on this table. For someone else, we don't want you taking on energy that wasn't meant for you. So we're going to use the Everyday Apocalypse Tarot. This is by Hattie Thorne. You can find this at hattiethorne.com. Literally, the address is right there. She also has an Etsy shop. And this is the deck that one of my favorite readers is now using, which I'm very excited for her. I hope she loves it. It took me a while to get used to it, but you guys know that's just because I, I'm more of an intuitive reader. I'm more like picking up on the vibe, and not not every card is gonna express what the vibe is. You know what I mean? Like some card, yeah. And tarot is supposed to be somewhat specific. Like each card is supposed to mean something specific. And it's kind of like, okay, but if that's not what I'm feeling when I look at that card, then anyway, I do like this deck. We got one on the table, and it's a major. Man, I had a rough day at work today. It's not even that I worked hard. It was just, I love how I said that. It's not even that I worked hard. I was tired, like mentally, not really physically, like mentally exhausted. So when you're picking, I was picking. When you're picking and you have your bin and you pull your items, like it'll tell you to pull 5 items, five of one item. So you pull it and there's one left, but the screen tells you there should be zero. You're supposed to hit the correct button and put how many's in there and then send it back. So I looked at it and I was like, one left. I was like, what? So I went to the desk where my boss is, who's been there for like years, and the new boss who transferred in to take over for our old boss after he left, and he's been there about 2 months. And I told them, like, there's one extra in the bin. Should I just send it, or do you guys want to take a picture of it, or should I put it on the discrepancy log? And they both kind of looked at me, and I was like, oh, oh. Like, I don't know where my head went. I have no idea. And then we went on our last break at 1 o'clock, and I went out to my car. I had taken my books and stuff for my classes with me because I was looking through them when I was on lunch. So I took all that back to my car, my lunch bag. I usually just like either I don't eat anything on my last break, or I usually have an apple. Like I save an apple. Or every once in a while I'll save my little bag of peanuts. I took my apple, I went and sat at the table for a few minutes. And then I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I ate the apple. I threw the core away. I went inside. I sat with my friend. My other friend came over. We chatted for a few minutes. We got three on the table, two majors. I went upstairs, and I swear to God, went upstairs. And as soon as I got upstairs, like I just felt like this, like pressure headache, like a tension headache, I guess. I was just like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Oh, oh, I hated it. I felt like poo. Pardon me. It probably only lasted for like maybe 10, 15 minutes and then I was like back to normal. I don't know if it was the heat. The thing that kills me is the people that manage our warehouse are so fucking dumb. Like, I'm sorry, they are just so fucking dumb. We have vents in the ceiling of the warehouse. There's two down by us. So I'm guessing there's probably like maybe 10 or 12 total, like one and one, one and one, one and one, like all the way down. The warehouse is freaking huge. Technically, they should be turning them on at night and drawing all the heat out to let the cool air in. And they're not doing that. And they don't do that because they said they don't know how to turn them off. What do you mean you don't know how to turn them off? Shouldn't, and maybe I'm the moron, but shouldn't the off button be right next to the on button? And if it doesn't work, wouldn't you call somebody to come and fix it so it would work? We used them the first summer we were in the warehouse, which is 5 years ago now. I think 5 years ago. And the last 4 years, we haven't used them because they can't figure out how to turn them off, even though they turned them off that first year. Because you only use them in the summer, you don't use them in the winter. Because in the winter, you would let in all the cold air. It's freezing out there. The warehouse is cold enough as it is in the winter, Like this past winter, I mean, I wore a sweatshirt a lot of the time. And I get hot. Like, I don't wear sweatshirts. But because I lost weight and everything was changing for me, I was wearing sweaters. I was freezing. And I expect the same this coming winter. But like in the summer, like turn on the freaking fan. Turn it on. And they're so dumb. Like, just so dumb. I can't even tell you. It started to get warm like in April, I wanted to say, in the Chicagoland area. And by warm, I mean like, 60, 70, back and forth, 40s, 50s, 70s, 40s. It was just back and forth. But there were a couple days when it was pretty warm. And apparently, the air conditioning in the office wasn't working. Now, that is the office, any of the offices in the warehouse. There's the front office with the main break room, which is the big break room, and the male and the female bathrooms, and then our locker room, which is the big locker room. The women's bathroom for some reason doesn't get air, but I'm pretty sure the men's does because it's right up against the break room. The locker room gets air, the break room, the office. Well, they said that the air wasn't working. They didn't have the air on in the office. Now, there weren't any like hot days to where like they suffered or anything because they got it on within like 2 to 3 weeks. But that's the other thing. Why did it take you 2 to 3 weeks to repair an air conditioner for the office? I'm sure it's an industrial sized air conditioner because it's doing the office and the break room and the locker room. I'm assuming it's industrial sized. Um, but it's not like it's trying to pump out for the whole warehouse. It's literally just 3 rooms. And the break room is maybe the size of 3 rooms. So you're looking at 5 rooms. I can't believe the incompetence. Like, I can't. Yesterday we had our branch meeting and I wasn't there. A bunch of us weren't there in our department. And every month when they do the branch meeting, they have either cupcakes or cookies or cakes, buntlets from Nothing Bundt Cakes for you for your birthday. And you mark your name off and you take one. I go in today and they're like, oh, why didn't you get it yesterday? Because I wasn't here yesterday? Oh, I don't know if there's any left. You'll have to talk to the lady from HR. How could there not be any left? You allot a cupcake for each person that has their birthday in June. I am one of them. Where is my cupcake? Oh, and I know the reason. It's because they give them out to whoever they want to give them out to. Because once the day is over, second shift will go in there and steal them, first of all. And then the next morning, they just give them out to whoever they want, but they forget that people aren't there on that day. Like, hello. And then I thought about it. I'm like, am I really that upset? Like, do I really need the buntlet? I think it was a buntlet. We got 4 on the table, 2 major, 5 on the table, 2 major. We're going to do 2 more shuffles now that I spent 10 minutes gabbing. But yeah, I wish they would figure out how to turn on the fan, because even today, it really should not have been that warm in there. It's not even that warm outside. Like, there's a nice breeze out there and everything. I came home. I turned on my air last night because of the storm. We had a storm. And then I just figured I would leave it on throughout the day, but I left it at 76. So it really didn't kick on that much throughout the day. And then when I got home and I opened all the windows and turned it off, because I'd rather just have it off. Last shuffle. I think that was the last shuffle, but this is the last shuffle. 5 on the table, 2 major. Is somebody looking for a new job? Okay, whose bank balance has that in there? I want to meet this person. All right. We got 6 on the table, 2 majors, no reversal. We've got the Empress. We've got 2 of Pentacles. We've got Temperance. We've got 9 of Pentacles. Look at that bank balance. Look at that. Tell me who has a bank balance like that. I mean, I have a good amount in my bank account. I do. But nothing nowhere near that. Nothing. We got 5 of Swords. Actually, now that I say that, I probably should transfer some money to my savings. I have less money in my savings than I do in my actual bank account. Go figure. Bottom of the deck is 10 of Cups. Feminine, masculine, take how it resonates. So the funny thing is the reason why I asked about a job is because this 2 of Pentacles, that is what stood out to me the most. It says job application, apply. The funny thing is I feel like if that is the purpose of this reading for you, like you're looking for a new job, you're applying for a job, and maybe you get hired somewhere, I feel like for most of you, it's probably going to turn out pretty well, because you're going to feel like you're going from this to this. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, the cards didn't fall out in order. But here's the thing. Whoever you are, you seem to yo-yo back and forth. It kind of gives me a Kim energy. If you subscribe, I've talked about before how, like, I go through periods where I spend money and I go through periods where I save money. And I feel like that back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Like somebody's probably going through that in regards to a job. Like somebody's probably trying to find a new job to replace a job where, the hours are crap, the money is no good. Maybe you don't get paid overtime when you work overtime. Maybe your benefits suck. Maybe you don't get vacation, something like that. Because even with the Empress, like I feel like somebody has that, and again, it doesn't matter, feminine, masculine. You can change it to an Emperor, it doesn't matter. Like somebody has that opportunity to balance themselves out. Somebody has abundance in the palm of their hand. Like if you just kind of juggle it the right way, like things will work out for you. If this isn't a job, I mean, 2 of Pentacles is Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups always gives me like family relationships, not necessarily lovers, but I mean, usually Ten of Cups have that on there. Not all of them, but most of them. I guess technically you could say this is in regards to a relationship. You could. Because it's really it really is just given the same energy either way. You know? Like you're gonna balance yourself out. Like if you're leaving one connection and it's just not working out between you and another person, you guys don't see eye to eye, maybe, I mean, I don't want to put abusive energy out there, but maybe you're just not seeing eye to eye. Maybe you want different things. Maybe, you go about your life and lives in different ways. So you're going to look for another person. You're going to start dating. Maybe you get hooked up by a friend or a family member. And it's like you're going to come into this relationship that's going to help you build abundance. Probably the two of you with the Nine of Pentacles, the Ten of Cups, the Empress, and the Temperance. Because I feel like this Two of Pentacles and this Five of Swords, it's 6 cards. They go right down the middle, and it's kind of like good, bad, good, good, bad, good. And I don't even, you guys tell me how you feel in the comments. When I look at like Two of Pentacles, Five of Swords, Ten of Swords, things like that, don't get me wrong, like depending on what I'm feeling, it could be pretty bad, you know, in regards to the reading, the story. But whenever I look at negative cards like that, like it's just maybe it's, I don't know. It just like makes me feel emboldened is emboldened. Okay, don't make fun of me. Oh, I had a moment with my friend at work today. Um, it just makes me want to work harder to be better. You know what I mean? Like I just said, like if you follow, if you subscribe, like I go through periods where I save money, I go through periods where I spend money. Okay. And I've said it before, like I'm lucky enough, if I want to work overtime, I can work overtime on Sunday. I was just talking to the new boss about it because he's the Sunday manager. And he literally gave me carte blanche today. He's like, because I didn't come in last Sunday because it was Father's Day. Nobody asked me to come in, and I didn't volunteer because I figured I'm going to spend the day with my papa. Here's the thing. He told me today, the boss told me today, he's like, if you want to come in, come in. He's like, because we can use you. You're needed. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, I'll be there this Sunday. Like, for sure, I'll be there. And I'm not an a-hole. Like, when I tell them I'm coming in, I'm coming in, you know? But I've always been lucky enough to be able to do overtime, to make extra money, to make up for the fact that I spend money, right? So here's the thing. At the end of the day, you think that I sit in this Two of Pentacles, this Five of Swords energy like all year long? No. Like it's a fluctuation, especially in today's economy. Everybody has a hard time making ends meet. I do as well. I'm sure you do. It's a fluctuation. Like some days are better than others. Some days, like I feel like, okay, I can spend $10 on this. Okay, I can go to the market at work and get a coffee because I need a coffee. I'll spend the $4 at the market. It's fine. Other days I'll go to the market and I'll be like, oh, I can't spend a dime. And it's not even really that I don't have the money. It's just that I know I want to put money in certain places. I want to do certain things with it, and I don't want to waste it on other things. The good, the bad, the good. Like it's all a fluctuation. And I guess again, just the way that I look at it personally, like it just gives opportunity to overcome. And that's how I look at it in my own life, you know? And not that I wish this on anybody, but it's like when you wake up in the morning and it's the middle of winter and your heat doesn't work. I had that last year, beginning of 2025. I had that. I woke up one morning, it was a work day, and the heat wasn't on. And I was like, shit. And I was like, am I going to leave the cats home alone, like, and I have space heaters, and I put them on, but I can't leave them on and not be here for 10 hours. And I got to call, make an appointment and see if they can come, today. So I ended up having to call off from work and staying at home. And then I ended up having to have my furnace looked at. Now my furnace was still under warranty, and I paid for like a 3-year service plan when I bought it. So I was still under that. So I didn't end up having to pay for anything. But if it was somebody else, they would have woke up in the morning and been like, "Oh shit, I'm going to be out $1,000 cuz I got to have somebody come look at my furnace." But then a week later, you know, like the $1,000 is gone. You're still going to work, you're still making money. You'll make up for it somewhere. You fluctuate out of that 2 of Pentacles into a 9 of Pentacles eventually. Okay, you're probably getting sick and tired of me talking about money. Again, you can liken this to like a relationship or something else. It's just very much giving me like that job that job screen just stood out to me. Um I will say this though too, when I looked at the Temperance card, this is what stood out to me. The easy does it. So just be careful and don't um and I know again it's hard to say because in this economy, people need to survive. It's not like they're thriving most of the time, they're surviving. But take it easy on yourself. I cannot talk today. Take it easy on yourself, rest when you can rest, work when you need to work, that kind of thing. Because if you get sick or you're debilitated in some type of way, physically, mentally, whatever, like you're not gonna be able to make money. So just make sure you're taking care of yourself. Those were the two things that stood out to me in this reading was a job, somebody needing a new job, and taking care of oneself. And tell me how you get a bank balance like that. Like where do I steal money from? Whom do I steal money from? I'm gonna leave it there. I hope it resonates for you. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope if anything you were entertained. I hope you all have a fabulous, fabulous evening, and I will talk to you later.